On the 15th of March 1988, the members of the Rotary Club of Sydney voted to seek the approval of Rotary International to form a new club to be known as the Rotary Club of Sydney Cove. And the Rotary Club of Sydney Cove was formed in the very birthplace of the Australian nation in its 200th year. The 100 or so members of Sydney Cove Rotary would like to think we have the best venue of any Rotary club in the world. Sydney Cove Rotary meets on board a Captain Cook cruise boat at Pier 6, Circular Quay, Sydney on Friday mornings at 7:30, with views of the beautiful harbour framed by the Opera House and the Harbour Bridge. This presentation focuses on 3 of our key annual programs, 2 that contribute directly to society and 1 that raises money for those and other worthwhile community projects. These programs take Sydney Cove Rotary from Circular Quay to the streets, into the outback and on the ocean. Our first Cove project takes us to the streets for the Homeless World Cup. This is an annual international street soccer tournament, uniting teams of people who are homeless and excluded to have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to represent their country and change their lives forever. It has inspired and continues to support a project that operates around the world working with homeless and marginalised people and which uses soccer to lead them back into mainstream society. The first Homeless World Cup is a culmination of the individual national programs and was held in Graz, Austria in 2003. Since then, Gothenburg, Edinburgh, Cape Town and Copenhagen have played host to the tournament. Melbourne hosted the 6th Homeless World Cup and welcomed teams from over 50 nations worldwide in December 2008. Players came together in the spirit of sport and community to represent their countries, entertain the crowds and demonstrate the power of sport as a means of social inclusion.
Over the last 12 months I've managed to get myself off drugs, got a home to live in, got lots more hours at work and even found myself a steady boyfriend.
It's great, keeps me fit and keeps me out of trouble. It's helped me with my road to recovery from past addiction.
A city they thought was coming down on them was now lifting them up to the greatest heights.
I'm already a winner. I'm a winner for being out there, mate, you know, not drinking and having my little boy back in my life, and yeah, it's all good.
The tournament which can show what homeless people can do when they're given an opportunity, and they can raise awareness about the magazines and also about the issue of homelessness and global poverty.
I said to the guys, I said if you go out there and have fun, you've already won.
With 77% of players going on to find a home, come off drugs and alcohol, get into education, jobs and repair relationships with friends and family, each Homeless World Cup is sure to be a continuation of success. An initiative of the Big Issue magazine Australia-wide, Sydney Cove Rotary Club set up and hosts the Sydney franchise of this amazing global project. Our second project takes us to the outback to the Banyalla Homeland Aboriginal community, which is in the Northern Territory on the west coast of the Gulf of Carpentaria. Today, Banyalla is a typical remote Aboriginal community of about 150 Indigenous people with shocking third world living standards. Typically, welfare payments are the principal source of income for most of these people. There's no real work for wages and no business. At the request of the community, our Rotary Club's key objective is to assist to bring living standards for the people of Banyalla up to mainstream Australian levels. This requires moving from welfare payments to real income earning. We are there to help the community help themselves. The key elements of the Banyalla project are to assist the community to earn real incomes, raise education, teach trade skills and improve household management. We have constructed an art workshop which enables the community to increase their non-welfare incomes. Additionally, we've constructed a women's centre to enable the women of Banyalla to look after neglected children and the elderly, and to work on better nutrition and health, preschool learning and after-school learning with access to the internet and access to electronic banking. The community school is planned to become a private school with a mainstream curriculum in English for say 80% of the time and local language and culture for 20% of the time from the first year of school. The school would become a centre of literacy and other learning for the community. Teachers are to be provided by leading private schools until the Northern Territory Education Department decides to take over the service. There are many health issues, one which we have already initiated, being the provision of dental services in the community. In 2007, Sydney Cove Rotary obtained limited funding for the Teachers' House from outside sources, which we hope will encourage the provision of a permanent government teacher. Remedying Banniella's woeful third world living standards is costly, and to date we've received generous support from various charitable foundations. The federal government is being kept informed by CIS and is supportive of the initiatives. Banniella is a well-run community that strongly wants real work to earn real incomes and education in English. A well-managed and supported project is not only transforming Banniella lives, but also, importantly, acting as a model for other communities. Our third Cove project takes us on the ocean. The Rotary Charity Regatta, which began back in 1996, is Sydney's second largest regatta, hosted by the Cruising Yacht Club of Australia, Rushcutters Bay. The regatta is held annually each November. This exciting and entertaining afternoon event has successfully raised in excess of $2.3 million in its first 13 years. The Sydney Children's Hospital Randwick is the principal beneficiary, whose share of the proceeds go towards the upgrade of the emergency department. The Rotary Charity Regatta provides an outstanding opportunity to host and entertain valued clients and their staff, whilst networking on the world's greatest harbour. Clients are provided with a range of Sydney's best-known racing yachts, which clients deck out their crew in corporate shirts and caps. They also dress up their yacht with flags and banners to maximise exposure for their company. They can also enjoy the day in comfort with their very own luxury motor cruiser or on board a luxury Captain Cook cruiser, whilst enjoying a seafood lunch and drinks following the race from their own floating corporate box as their guests are entertained throughout the afternoon. After the finish line, everyone meets up with all the other participants back at the Cruising Yacht Club of Australia for the after-race festivities, awards and prizes. This event is a proven winner, where Sydney Cove Rotary's trademark claims it a great day for great causes. In closing, Sydney Cove Rotary proudly supports many projects that not only benefit Sydney, with the Homeless Soccer and the Rotary Charity Regatta, but also Indigenous Australians, with the Banniella Homeland Aboriginal community.